There's this really annoying design trend I've noticed among budget gaming headsets, where manufacturers are forced to overstyle their products in order to make them stand out from the crowd, which is unfortunate because there are some great value propositions out there. The market is just really oversaturated. Let's face it, headphones that resemble a pair of cat ears are way more likely to attract clicks than a pair that don't. Well, EasySMX has taken a different approach to this dilemma by focusing less on outrageous design choices and focusing more on actual usability. The EasySMX VIP002S is a wired RGB gaming headset that retails for roughly $36. This particular model is all new for 2019 and released just in the past few weeks. And if you want to know where to find this, then follow our affiliate links down in the description. The look and feel, as I alluded in the intro, is surprisingly restrained. There's no animal ears, no jagged edges, and no flashy colors. Now, it does have RGB lighting, but in my opinion, it's very tastefully done. It features a matte black plastic exterior that covers most of the body. It's less prone to fingerprints than more common glossy plastics, which we see in the majority of budget peripherals. The understated accents are used to break up the headset without overstyling it, and the headband is sturdy yet flexible. It's very lightweight, yet somehow doesn't feel cheap. It features wide compatibility across all of your consoles, Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo Switch. It uses a 3.5mm connection for all of those, and for PC, they also threw in the box a Y-splitter to split that 3.5mm connection into separate headphone and microphone jacks. It has 40mm drivers which are enclosed in large, flexible ear cups. The cushions are wide and mostly sufficiently padded, and they're removable too. The flip-up microphone is a nice feature to keep it out of the way, but it does not actually mute the microphone. Instead, you'll have to resort to using the mute button, which is a fine implementation, but it would be better if it was raised or had some type of texture so you know where it is when your finger brushes over it. As it stands, it's kind of hard to find. Another neat trick is that when you press that mute button, the light on the microphone arm turns off, which is pretty cool, but I don't understand the purpose of that since you can't actually see the light. EasySMX has another headset that I reviewed recently, you can check that one out in the cards, that has a light at the end of the microphone arm that you can actually see and know whether or not you're muted. And that brings us to the RGB lighting, and personally I think it looks great. It's subtle, and it just really kind of sits the more business looking design of the headset. It's a more grown-up way to do RGB lighting, in my opinion. It's powered by that USB connection. That's one of the few things that the USB connection actually does. It works fine on PC, but it's impractical to use on console because, as I've mentioned in a previous video that has a setup similar to this, the microphone and headphone jack that goes into the 3.5mm connection on your controller is in your lap, but the USB connection has to be connected to a USB port. So unless you're gaming with your console in your lap, or you have some sort of USB extension cable across the entire living room, there's really no way to use it on console. It's just not really practical to use. But I'm curious what you guys think. Do you think RGB lighting is really worth it on a headset? I have a poll running right up here in the cards for you guys to take. I'm curious what your thoughts are. But let's move on to my experience. First of all, let's take a listen to the microphone.
The mic quality is more or less what you should expect from a $36 headset. It's a little bit on the quiet side and there is a lot of static. This claims to be a noise cancelling microphone, but honestly I can't tell if it is because any background noises are completely covered by that aforementioned static. Oddly enough, when the USB is not plugged in, the mute functionality does not work. This and of course the lighting are the only functions that seem to be affected by the omission of a USB connection.
The headband adjustment is generous and should fit heads of all sizes. Padding on the top of the headband helps distribute the weight evenly, and I think does an okay job. I would have liked to see deeper padding as my ears still touch the inside of the ear cups. They're definitely wide enough, they're just not quite deep enough. The audio quality is good, it's not overly cinematic, which makes it actually pretty good for competitive scenarios. You're listening for those really minute audio cues that give away an enemy position, and you don't want that to be buried underneath the layers and layers of bass. And the bass is actually good, it's not great, but it's good. it performs adequately well, and I think you would have just as much situational awareness using this as you would using a more expensive product. I hope the VIP002S is an indicator of what's to come from the industry. I think I speak for the majority of us when I say we definitely don't care about the outrageous styling cues if it means we get a better performing product in the end. EasySMX definitely took a risk when they decided to make a product with less click appeal. But honestly, the decent microphone, reasonable comfort, impressive audio quality, and judicious use of RGB implementation make for a very compelling $36 product, even if it doesn't come with a pair of cat ears. Well, if you liked this video, and only if you liked it or found it helpful, then give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you know when our newest content is ready to watch. And you will also need to be subscribed if you want an extra form of entry into our giveaways, which we do every month. We're doing one right now. Check the video description down there for links on how to enter. And if this product did not do it for you, you want to see something else that we've reviewed in the same market segment, then please consider watching our other reviews here. We've done everything from cheaper than this headset, the complete budget end of the spectrum, all the way to $200, $250 on the other end of the spectrum. We've reviewed something for everyone, honestly, at this point. So watch those videos if you want a second opinion on other products out there to consider, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.